Choose who's gonna lose, what's it gonna prove, who will be bruised. What you need when you lie, it's a lesson.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. I am James, the Lore Master for today. Wondrous to see everybody here. Gonna wait a second and see how all the audio is coming in. I know I'm also doing this live while Anti-Trekker is on, which I generally try not to do that. But I simply don't have any other time. So I'm gonna need to do this to get this out of the way. And to get you guys the content you love coming in tomorrow. So live, wow. Let me know how the audio is coming in. Sounds good to me. Hey, if you're checking this out, don't forget to check me at twitter.com/Lore Reloaded, as well as twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded. Today and today only, you can actually follow me on Twitter for absolutely free. And a fun thing, I am currently 7 subscribers away from 40,000. So we might actually hit that tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Saying hi to Tyler Coles, 100% American Buffalo. Always a great time to see you. Gary Moncour, hello from Idaho. What's going on in Idaho? Josh Street, why do we only get lore on Anti-Trekker? Because I don't like showing those clips. Nor do I accept money to show them for them. So that is why. All right. So we're going to be talking about the Short Trek episode, which, if you don't have CBS All Access, you are not able to see. And, of course, if you don't have CBS All Access and you think that the Short Trek is a reason for you to get CBS All Access, you are mentally deficient. It is definitively not. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys when it comes to breaking down this specific episode. I am a detractor of Discovery. Season 1 completely and utterly really broke my spirit when it comes to this. When Season 2 comes out, I'm hoping that the Anti-Trekker and I can actually do our after-treks that we usually do. It depends on timing, of course. But it really, they have something to prove, and they have to outdo themselves in order for me to get excited about it. And this episode, I don't really know what they're trying to do when it comes to this episode. I think that it's supposed to be an improvement and a furtherance of a character arc for Tilly. The problem is that the one of the good things, which there are a few good things about Discovery, one of the few things that they did well about Discovery was Tilly's character arc. And it was done very well. She starts out as a cadet that nobody likes, nobody wants to sleep next to because something's going on with her. Very timid, isn't really command material, and she gets into the command program by the end of the series. And it's actually very well done. I've said before, I think that Discovery does character arcs really well when it comes to Tilly and Saru. And so this seems like it's a movement of character arc, but we already had that, and it's honestly just a horrifically done character arc in my opinion. So we'll break it down. If you guys have seen it, let me know your opinions on it, and we can just walk through it. Depending on if people like this or not, we may continue. Next time I'm going to do it when it's not pulling away from Anti-Trekker's numbers. I actually kind of feel bad, because if you guys came from the Anti-Trekker not podcast, but his live stream, that was not my intention. But, okay. So, it starts out with a wonderful shot of the Discovery, which is always done well. The interesting thing is I really don't know when this occurs. And that's kind of that. So, continuity-wise, I somewhat have a concern with that, because we know almost immediately in season 2, S hits the fan. So when exactly is this occurring? Because this seems like downtime, and the Discovery didn't really have any downtime. It could have been on the way from Earth to, I think they were going to Vulcan to pick up the new captain, but that seems... you'll see when we talk about what happens, that seems drastically quick. It seems unrealistic. So, Talking Common Sense America says he didn't want to bother reactivating his subscription for CBS Access. When it comes to this, I don't suggest. So, yeah, I wouldn't suggest reactivating it for this specifically. Now, there are a couple things I like about this specific episode. And by the way, all of these are shots that are still, I am definitively not using any live stream or anything CBS lawyers that will inevitably be watching this. So the first scene, I actually do enjoy. One of the things that they are doing better. Let me say this, because if you want me to hate and just attack Discovery, you're not going to have a good time. One of the things they do, I think, do somewhat fairly well, or they're getting better at, is making it feel a lot more like the original series. In the original series, it felt like more of a military ship. It felt like more of a job, right? You'd have the intercom with people saying where they need to go. You'd have different signs, different access. It felt more realistic in the original series, which is funny given how campy the original series can get. But ship operations felt realistic. And the beginning scene where you see everybody in the cargo bay and everybody sitting and talking, and then the shift ends and they move to another shift, and everybody's walking out, and it looks like we might have people from enlisted all the way to officer. I like that little touch because it makes it feel like a more realistic ship. It makes it feel like a ship that is a part of the original series or a precursor to the original series. And you didn't feel that beforehand. It definitively did not feel like that when they did season 1. Because sometimes they did it, but not really. It more felt like a TNG timeline. And so, the one thing I'll say is that, again, I liked how they started it out. But it's going to be the little touches that I appreciate from a lore or continuity standpoint, not necessarily anything else going on with that. At Lore Reloaded, you played a short clip for a second. CBS might come for you. I didn't play any short clip. I have no idea what you were talking about, sir. No idea. In the original series, humans were still human, not the plastic perfection on TNG. Well, I can't speak to that necessarily. So you go in and the shift ends. I like that. I like how it puts all of that together. And apparently they had just received some form of cargo. They got worker bees and a shuttle leaving. By the way, just out of curiosity, and again, this is obviously all still images. Does it show us what that looks like? We don't get a good see because I'm looking over here to see. I'm doing shuttles. Tomorrow we'll have a Starship lore on shuttles, and so I'm interested if they did. Yeah, that looks similar to a Type 6, but they don't have it. God, man. Did you guys know I have 2 degrees? I have an associate's in criminal justice, and I have a bachelor's in business administration. And in 3 years, I will have a bachelor's in digital cinematography. And I'm sitting here trying to determine what kind of I'm sitting here trying to determine if that's a Type 6 from the next generation. Man, wouldn't my parents be proud? All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired, but this is the only time I can do this. Ultimately, it moves forward. The visuals that you see when it comes to this is just excellent. I've never really had an issue with the visuals themselves. They've always looked not necessarily Star Trek, but I guess very clean, very nice, very futuristic. Definitively not the original series, though, either. Lore Reloaded, have you considered using the fair use seal that Anti-Tracker does? No, because fair use, I get why he uses it, but it's not going to stop anything. They're going to do it regardless. So, all right. So apparently you have some form of species that has come in or snuck in. What's interesting about this is that as soon as everyone leaves and there's a shift change, you see the computer start to buzz and start working and open up this, and this species escapes. My problem is, and this is, I'd love to know if this is just too nitpicky for you guys. This honestly, as I said, doesn't feel anything like Nostalgia Trek. But there have been stowaway episodes. So I honestly think that my bias against Discovery is just so prevalent, unfortunately. And because I'm not enthused, I'm not interested. And I really think that's more on my side. Again, you have the computer, it starts working, it seems to be opening up the hatch, so someone's looking at it. You have this alien peek out, the alien ultimately hurts themselves, and then we go to Tilly, and where she shows up. And that is not the most pleasing picture of Tilly, who is, by the way, very beautiful. No, I'm 100% American Buffalo, you gotta stay. You can't go to work, I'm sorry. Tilly has a conversation with her mom, and let me show you right here more of the wonderful holographic projection technology that is never seen ever in any of future iteration to date. I'm sure it'll be seen in the Picard one, though. So she's having a conversation with her mom, and it's the cliche, mom's too tough on her. And mom is overprotective. Mom doesn't think that she should be in the command role. Here's my problem with that. And I said it at the beginning for those who haven't seen. By the way, if you guys are watching, 43 people watching this and only 8 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Come on, people. Come on. The problem with this is, again, it's kind of a character movement arc. It's kind of showing a little bit of background to Tilly, but they already did that so well. And we've already seen that. This is just a rehash. Tilly has an issue. She is not comfortable. She doesn't know if she should be on the command track. We've already seen that. Why are we doing that in a rehash? I don't mind Tilly. I like Tilly as a character. I think they should do more Tilly. I would love the Tilly show on Discovery more than I like the Michael Burnham show on Discovery. Now, don't get me wrong. The Tilly show is not Nostalgia Trek, and it's not going to do that well, in my opinion. But I would much rather have her. But it's something we've already seen. It's cliche that her mother is like this, and it really reverts, and it does a disservice to the character overall. The character's story arc for moving past the issues she had is done. There's no need to revert back. And that's just what's unfortunate. I would be more interested to see her as the confident officer that we saw at the end of Season 1 Discovery taking on her mom. But she's not. She just reverts back. And I have an issue with that. Now, let's talk to SC, everybody's favorite troll who loves to attack me because I happen to like Nostalgia Trek. Let's address that, buddy. SC, warping space is harder than sending holograms. Well, SC, it may be. Those are two different technologies. I don't know, since we don't have either technology that exists. It may be harder to send a hologram than it is to warp space using a space bubble. I don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is that you can actually be you can actually make Trek in an updated way that people will like and want to see, and not do all of this stupid ass shit that you see on your screen right now. You can do that. You have the power. And it's really easy. Look at what Axanar did. And that's an independent project, right? And even there are even updated Trek models that are licensed that do really well as well. So you can, in fact, make it look nice, and make it look good, and make it look updated, and not have to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Now, Bad Words is saying, I think this takes place before the first season starts, before she meets Burnham. Untrue. She is, in fact, in the command track at this point. At least I believe so. She's in the command track and talking about it, and talking about where she's going with it. I doubt it's a prequel. It may be, now that you're thinking that. Now you're going to make me look like an idiot, Bad Words. I'm pretty sure it happens afterwards, though. So anyway, she has a conversation with her mom. Her mom's always tough on her. No good shots of her, by the way, in my opinion. And yeah. What does her pin say? Can we see it on her pin? Because that would show us what she is. Back. Yeah, the oh my god, my mom is so awful shtick that they always do. I can't see it. Can't see it on her pin. But anyway. So, she's going and she's having breakfast with herself, and it's slapstick humor that doesn't get anywhere for me. And again, the updates here, I'll say this to SC, the updates right here, when it comes to the food processors, because she has a back and forth with the food processor, which is cute, but it didn't really go anywhere for me, because she wanted something that was unhealthy. Food processor tells her it's unhealthy, and I know it's not a food presser, whatever the hell you call it, says that it's not healthy, and she demands she has it anyway. Then she begins talking to her coffee, or mocha latte, or whatever the hell it is that she ordered. Again, this is slapstick. This is, for me, not very humorous. Now, again, I may not be in the target demographic, but I really didn't find this all that impressive. What's going on, J.R. Thibodeau? Hope you are doing very, very well. SC, you say that Enterprise had holograms. I'm not really sure what you're talking about. You'd have to give me more aspects on that. So anyway, you have this scene that adds nothing to it. Again, I don't understand what the point of the shorts are. Are they just attempting to kind of tide you over? Are they trying to tell a story? What specifically? We've already seen the arc of her moving forward. So why exactly are we going over that again? Why are we rehashing that episode? And now we have where the alien, as I said, the alien beforehand escapes. The alien hurt herself. And so you have like an aliens type thing. So she finds blood on the floor. She looks at the blood. I honest to God thought when she saw the blood on the floor, she was going to put it in her mouth, just because that seems like something they'd do. The blood drops on her shoulder, and she looks up and she sees the alien, right? Yeah, that's my cat. And then we have a food fight with the replicators. I guess my biggest issue with this, and I keep saying it, I'd be really interested in your opinion. For those of you who have seen it. What's going on, Jonathan Stevie? Sorry, I didn't see you there. And yeah, JC, it was an espresso. What is the point from the time she has the argument with the replicator to the food fight, not the replicator, just the argument with the food processor thing, to the food fight with the food processor thing? What exactly is the point of any of that? What it just wastes time. It just doesn't seem like this adds anything to the mythos. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't intrigue me. It doesn't endear me to the character. And Calypso, which is the next one coming out, I think it's called Calypso, looks even more stupid. I have no idea where they're going with any of this crap. I don't know. So she has the food fight with the processor, ultimately to identify that there is a alien species on, or an alien on the Discovery. Now, there is one thing I actually like. So, let me say this. I don't like the food fight. I don't like, it's not that I don't like it. I don't see a point in the food fight, right? I don't. Taya Coles. The food fight is there only to make the food fight is only there to make your brain hurt. It does. It accomplishes its goal. The interaction with the alien and the alien having a different language from her starting off, and the back and forth. I was done well. I do like that the aliens, in fact, seem to have different languages, and that they actually have to activate the communicators for the back and forth, right? And she has some food in her hair that's just fucking stupid. And she did. And as soon as I saw this, the first thing she should have done, command level, she's a cadet, or she's an ensign. I think she's an ensign. I really do. She should have contacted security. I mean, full stop. There is no reason this chick shouldn't be contacting security. Especially since this alien, whoever the hell she is, apparently has the ability to be the computer whisperer, right? This chick is able to make the food replicator do whatever the hell she wants it to do and can command consoles with a thought. That's a very, very dangerous thing. That is something that you want to let security know about just in case something happened. And let's take a look. If this is after season 1, I really think it is, but I might be wrong. If this is after season 1, you've already had an issue with this in Harry Mudd. So this is a really big deal, right? And so she's trying to talk down this alien who is extremely hostile in almost every way. And the alien seems very feral as well. Again, she gets out her tricorder. And there is an interesting piece here, though. I'll say, because again, here's the thing about this episode. It has some really interesting and small points, generally continuity or lore that I appreciate, but it also has a few things that they do that make a lot of sense, that make show the promise that this damn series can do. And that's what frustrates me. There is so much promise, and you can see it in the small points that they talk about. So, she has this alien species. No idea what or who this person is, if it's going to be someone who's going to destroy the ship, or if it's, going to be her next best friend. So she pulls out a tricorder. Now, where the hell that tricorder came from, because it just randomly appears, nobody knows. But that's okay, because tricorders randomly appear. We know that. And she starts scanning the blood and to determine who this person is. Now, I bet you didn't know this, but all tricorders actually have the ability to talk to you, as we see in the original series. So, I love you too, Trek Yards. Is your guys'... By the way, Trek Yards, I hope your thing isn't over. If it is, I apologize. It wasn't my intent to override you. I actually text messaged Michael, but I'm like hurting for time, so I needed to get this out. So I hope you guys still had a good one. It wasn't my intent to... I hope I didn't hurt the numbers on your side. But anyway. Or if you guys are still there trying to poach... Oh, yeah, he's poaching. Never mind. Sitting here apologizing to Trek Yards, comes onto my show and tries to poach. You know what? You're banned, Trek Yards. You can get the hell off my channel. You gone, sir. Gone. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. She scans the life form, and the alien, as you can see right here, gets hostile for her when she reaches for the tricorder. And she brings up her hands and she says, "Whoa, this is just a tricorder. It's not going to hurt you." Now, this shows the genius of the writing. These writers can actually write very, very well. Extremely well. Because the alien backs off. there would be no reason for the alien to back off or even understand, unless you had, unless there was something else going on, which they explain a little bit later, and it is actually it's done very well because the alien's actually a lot smarter, and so this is kind of cool because it's so subtle, right? So she says, hey, this is just a tricorder. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. The alien backs off. You wouldn't even notice it if you're not anal about stuff like me. And so I like that. It shows that the alien has some intelligence. Again, she scans. Apparently, tricorders have the ability to talk to you. And at that juncture, she begins going through all of the things. Apparently, this is a 17-year-old. Her species had just gained warp technology and apparently are still somehow feral, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And, well, I mean, maybe alien or whatever. But yeah. Then Tilly goes and she pulls out the communicator. At this point, she does something that is incredibly stupid. And see, here's where they're using the tricorder. Also, tricorders apparently are flashlights, too. I bet you didn't know that, but you do now. Absolutely flashlights. So she pulls out the tricorder, which is the communicator, right? And so, Mecha Random 42, I have dual monitors, so I have Anti-Tracker and Drunk Foley live. Foley's drunk? Well then. Trek Yards, I was joking, buddy, but keep it up, and I will put you in timeout for 90 seconds, sir. I will do it. I won't even feel bad about it. And again, the subtlety, it shows how good the writing can be, right? That the communicator, they then start to be able to understand each other. And thank God they don't do the where you have to read under it. They just start speaking English. But again, Tilly does the dumbest thing. Instead of contacting security, again, this woman is still obviously a threat. She has the ability to control computers, and she is somewhat hostile. But instead of doing that, she activates the ability to talk back and forth, because screw security. Security can't handle threats to the ship. I mean, please, what are they? They're red shirts, right? But yeah. Hey, I'll do it, Captain George. Asked and answered, good buddy. The intriguing thing to me is that it then completely brings everything down, and you can see how intelligent the alien is. Again, what I liked about it is all of the little hints that the alien had coming up to it. Overall, there's not a lot to it, but that's why I have to nitpick all of the nice things, because there's not really a lot that can be done, right? Then you have this, where the alien disappears, the next shift is coming in, and she has to explain why everything is destroyed. Which, again, makes absolutely no sense. She says something about bunnies or something. It's meant to be, I guess, endearing in a way, I suppose. What's going on, Dahawk86? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and JC, my main question is how Tilly got to use the transporter. We'll get to that. I didn't ban him, did I? No, I just put him in timeout. I hope I didn't ban him. Captain George, send a tweet if I banned you. But anyway. So yeah, just a stupid little scene meant for conversation or whatever. So, what does Tilly do? Does she contact any of the command staff? Does she let the bridge know? Does she let security know? You got this obvious threat, this person who can disappear. You can't see her. She can disappear and be anywhere on the ship, and she has the ability to control, somehow, computers. And she has spikes that come out of her back like fucking Kerrigan. So, I mean, obviously, what she does is not do any of the things that would protect the ship like any good command officer would. No, she keeps it to herself because that's what you do when you're in command. You don't protect the ship, you just continue to talk to the teenager who is shown to be feral. So, she takes her to her room, somehow, and has a back and forth. And finds out... Hold on. Are they doing what I think they're doing? Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on, why the hell is this going so damn slow? Yeah, they're showing me live. Thank God. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching me on the Anti-Trekker. I appreciate that. It's always good to make money for the Anti-Trekker. So I appreciate that you guys are watching this. Hey, you can check me out at youtube.com/Lore Reloaded. I'll ban every one of you guys. I'm going to start a hate train against the Anti-Trekker. You know what? It's going to be war. It's going to be YouTube war. Me versus the Anti-Trekker and Trek Yards. That's what's happening. It's war. All right, so anyway, we're going... And by the way, Anti-Trekker, let's just go on there. God, I'm sitting here trying to do my own thing. Not mind my own darn business. You guys being crazy. There we go. I haven't blocked your chat's reality strikes. All right. Captain George shouldn't be blocked either. All right. Anyway, so back to it. She tries to figure out who this chick is. Apparently this chick is wanted. I forget if because the planet had just become warp capable. I forget if the person was trying to join the Federation or not. Or if the planet was attempting to join the Federation or not. I don't know. But yeah, see, she must remain alive and secure. So they're trying to figure out who this chick is. She's a teenager. And then they have this back and forth that is just so silly to me. And again, it just seems useless in a way. I don't know what they were trying to do here. So this chick needs to return home, or is wanted for whatever reason. We don't know at this point. She doesn't want to go home. And Tilly is trying to convince her that she has to go home for whatever reason, or they have to figure out what's going on. Like is the case with every character in Discovery. This person is one of the most intelligent and ingenious characters in all of science fiction. She has the ability to create and use and do something special with dilithium. At this point, I honestly forget. Captain George should be back, by the way. So if someone could tell Captain George that he's coming back, or that he should be able to. If he can't, he should hit me on Twitter, because I honestly did not mean to ban him. If I banned him, I meant to put him in timeout. Captain Foley, you guys should get on here with me. Why aren't you guys on? Why aren't you guys watching? Come on, jump on. Jump on, people. So yeah, I mean, you know, I wish there was more to actually say to this piece right here. I wish there was. But there's not. They're just, honest to God, not a lot to this interaction between the two. We realize that she's a genius. She has this alien chick is a genius. She knows how to create dilithium. And that's about it. There's not really a lot more to it. And that she doesn't want to go home. She's apparently some form of a spoiled brat. They are supposed to have this conversation where she convinces her that she has to go home to protect her planet or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? For those who have seen it, I'm just trying to make more out of it than there actually is. I seem edgy that he's raiding. No, I was teasing. I was joking back. Unless they took it serious, and then I'm going to have a fight with both Trek Yards and Anti-Trekker. I was joking with them. We should raid them back in a second. Jaegerbomb, streams are being crossed. Do you think the other shorts will be of the same quality or be an indication of what we're in for on season 2? Thanks so much for the donation, Jaegerbomb. As you guys know, super chats are what keeps the channel running. I think that they just threw these out just to, I don't know, try to keep people pacified. I hope that this is not reflective. I hope that this is not reflective of future episodes. I really do. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it is not reflective of how it goes. So anyway, also one other thing that I think is just straight up silly. They try to say that she was born with her planet, which is interesting, but they never explain how, and it doesn't make any sense. How the hell does that work? You know? See, now I feel bad. All right, everybody, here's what we need to do. God, I was on a roll. For those who are watching, give me a second. We'll get back to it. I promise we'll get back to it, but give me a moment. Let's go here. All right. Everybody, go here. I'm about to share it. And say, anti-Trekker for president, ban Trek yards. We'll do that really quick and see how they react to it.
I love Lore Reloaded, don't get me wrong.
Oh, they're still talking about me.
Anti-Trekker is my friend, so it's fine.
I love Lore Reloaded,
see,
but
you heard it here
anti-Trekker.
first, guys, so it's official. The Trek Yards endorses me above Lore Reloaded.
Oh, man.
Lore Reloaded.
A Trek Yards endorsement. That's what you really
And
want.
he was first on Trek Yards. You had to weasel your way in because
We'll give it a couple of seconds.
I didn't weasel my way. You invited me.
The seed was planted in my ear like a setting eel. By Lore Reloaded, anti-Trekker. I'm like, what the?
Yeah. So you guys got to look at it. Come on, do it. Y'all suck.
I love
It's
your
horrible.
live streams. You have a community, and I spilled liquor on myself.
Wow.
I love it. I love hanging out with you.
This is riveting.
So.
You guys
We love having you.
are watching
Killed
this
$5 in the
versus
chat.
my stuff.
Captain Foley, what do you think of Justin Trudeau?
This is just
Also, I am,
it's just effing
live
riveting right here,
tomorrow
guys.
night.
I can see how these are
Anyone
competitors to
join
my
me.
channel.
Star Wars Old Republic, and I can never remember HO.
And the audio's on. All right, you guys should check them out. You should actually subscribe. Let's get back to it because I need to go sleep. All right, and I lost 10 people but yeah, you guys should check out Anti-Trekker and the Trek Yards. I actually like them. But anyway, this chick makes no sense. I don't know where it goes. So she talks them into going back home. And here's the point that goes to me. So they move to the transporter, right? First off, and I may have gotten this wrong, but where does she get? Are they near the planet that she needs to go to, or is she like transporting her across the galaxy? Does this prove the Kelvin timeline? And maybe someone who's watched it knows, because it seems like she's transporting her to a planet, and is the ship near there? Or what? How the hell? And another thing, and this was brought up beforehand. This was... How do they not detect a transport in progress? You're telling me that they don't have it watched where once she uses that transporter, that it doesn't somehow, like, let the bridge know what's going on? This was released today. For you guys who are watching, it was released on CBS All Access. This is one of their shorts. Laura Drunk Foley, anti-combo streams, Star Trek Discovery streams, brain not compute, shut down. That's funny. No, it's either Trek Yards or me, or Atakwa Tinga. It's either Trek Yards or me. It's the only way, one or the other. By the way, something you guys may not know, let's see if we hit it or not. I am, where is it? Wait for it. 6 away from 40,000 subscribers. We find out that this chick is royalty. So apparently this feral species has a royalty and matriarch cast, which is intriguing. And And she's able to make dilithium, and she gives it to Tilly. And then they transport her off. No one ever finds out, apparently. Apparently, they can't track would be appropriate here. They can't track transporter signals. And so it just, there's so many issues here. There's so many issues here. And then they transport her off to God only knows where. I don't know if she's near the planet. I don't know if they're doing it across the galaxy or what the hell's going on. Watch Discovery, yay or nay? I would say if you can get a week free at CBS Access, watch it. I wouldn't pay for it. Got the Thomas Riker look going on. Yeah, there's a girl I'm trying to impress, and she likes beards. So there's that. Common Sense America lore for president. Screw that. I see what this country does to presidents. I have no idea. I have no interest. Let me ask you this. And this could just be me. And this will be the last thing that we ask, and then I'll probably be getting off. At the end, the alien offers for her to come see her planet because it's beautiful. And so Tilly makes the comment, I'm sure it is because it's your sister. Apparently, again, they grew up at the same time, or they were made at the same time, which makes no sense, but whatever. Do you think Tilly might actually be homosexual or bisexual? I don't necessarily care. I just think it's an interesting thing. I think it's an interesting possibility. And somewhere they may try to go. I don't know. I have no idea. What do you guys think? Is Tilly, for those who have seen it, EAE, I was a virgin during TNG and still am during Discovery. That's dedication. I suppose it is dedication. Check your Twitter or Patreon. Daniel, I sent you a message back. Daniel Lambert. You should check your Patreon, sir, because I sent you a message back right before I went live. Wouldn't know why. Why don't you tell me? Oh, you guys aren't talking to me because you guys like getting in fights with each other. Okay. So beyond that, that was about it for then. Then we see a couple of images from what's happening with the Calypso. And again, this makes no sense to me. The random guy on ship. I don't even know who the hell that is. I don't know. So I'd be curious. What are your guys' opinions if you've seen it? If you haven't, I would not get CBS All Access to watch this. Quite honestly. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it for all of the money in the world. But I'm curious. Do you guys think that this is worth it? This is worth seeing, or what's going on from that point? Since they did that. Wait, wrong one. There we go. Why the hell is that so big? Ooh. Bring that down. There you go. You can see nothing but drunk Foley while we're talking. Because that's what everybody wants to see. Drunk Foley. Tilly is straight because Mirror Tilly was straight. Well, wouldn't that be the reverse, though? I don't know. Yeah, Daniel, check your Patreon messages. I'll also send you something on Twitter if you sent me something on Twitter. But I did respond to you. But overall, guys, I mean, I don't feel like this was the best live stream ever, but I did kind of want to get it out. I ultimately don't think it was really all that good. It was just meh. There wasn't anything to it that was worth anything. I don't know. I would not. You should not at any point pay to watch the short trek by any stretch. And it doesn't really feel like Trek. It could be any specific science fiction. Honestly, it's basically a science fiction story with a Trek skin posted onto it, and that's what it always feels like anyway, right? So I don't know. that's just my opinions. I think I'm going to get off at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and check out the Anti-Trekker, because apparently they're still live. And yeah, thanks for watching. And remember, guys, as always, ultimately, we are all just stories in the end. Make yours a good one.
And I will remember to not give it to Lore because he blocked you, so he doesn't want your $2.
What is wrong with Lore?
But I don't know. But I'm more than happy to take your $2. Why did he block? What were you saying? Something mean to him? That's, I mean, reality. I know we're friends. I've actually